Our top focus at this hour, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has announced that he is replacing Kyiv's Defence Minister Oleksii Reznikov. He termed the move as a new approach in the ministry. He has nominated Rustem Umerov to replace Reznikov. Let's give you a little bit of background now. Umerov is a Crimean Tatar, an ethnic group native to Crimea, who has been head of the State Property Fund since last year. This is known to be a particularly tough role in Ukraine, where the process of privatization has often been plagued by corruption. Now let's get to know about this new defense minister. Rustem Umerov was born in Soviet Uzbekistan, the country his family was exiled to under Stalin. He then moved back to Crimea in Ukraine as a child when the Tatars were allowed to return in the 1980s and 1990s. Now, Tatars are a member of a Turkic people who are the descendants of the Tatars who ruled Central Asia in the 14th century. Next, the 41-year-old started out in the telecom business in 2004. He was elected to parliament in 2019, where he served as co-chair of the Crimea Platform, an international diplomatic effort aimed at reversing Russia's 2014 annexation of the peninsula. He worked for years as an advisor to the historic leader of the Crimean Tatars, Mustafa Demilev. He was also part of Ukraine's delegation in negotiations with Russia in the first weeks of the war and participated in talks on establishing an export corridor for Ukrainian grain through the Black Sea. He has held the position of head of the State Property Fund since September 2021.
During his nightly address to the nation Sunday, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky announced plans to dismiss Defense Minister Oleksii Reznikov from his post. Zelensky said he planned to ask Parliament this week to replace him with Rustem Umerov, who heads Ukraine's main privatization fund. The move sets the stage for the biggest shakeup of Ukraine's defense establishment since the war was launched by Russia in February 2022. Reznikov, who was named defense minister in November 2021, has helped secure billions of dollars of Western military aid to help the war effort. But he has been dogged by graft allegations surrounding his ministry, which he described as smears. The change of defense minister must be approved by parliament, which Zelensky said he expects to happen. Umerov has headed Ukraine's State Property Fund since September 2022 and has played a role in sensitive wartime negotiations.
Now, for more insights, we are being joined by Dr. Lada El-Roslikhi. He's the founder of Black Trident Defense and Security Consulting Group in Ukraine. He joins us from Kyiv. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Right. My first question, now, Ukraine's president says that he's replacing the Ukrainian defense minister because they want to try out new approaches. What does this mean, this replacement at this juncture in the war?
Well, actually, it's a very positive decision from Ukraine's leadership. When we analyze the growing role of Turkey in a war that is spinning in the Black Sea region, the fact that Rustem Umerov is a Crimean Tatar and is working very closely to develop the independence and release of the Crimean Peninsula is a very positive sign. So we should be focusing on his history, his past, and really getting some fresh air into the Ukrainian system, as well as the international community, particularly in the Black Sea region.
Right. Lara, this war has now entered its 19th month. I know you're talking about the historical significance of this. Can you explain to our viewers what it means at this stage in the war for both Russia and Ukraine?
Having a new defense minister appointed in Ukraine is, as I said, not only fresh air, but is also showing the growing strategic alliances and responsibilities, particularly as it pertains to the Tatars, Crimea, and the growing responsibility that we see with Turkey. Erdogan, as we know, is scheduling to meet with Putin. We have the issues with the Kurds. So having a personality such as Umerov being put into this position is actually quite inspiring. And I believe that we're going to see much more peace and responsibility and communication with the Middle East and the Global South as we move forward.
Right, Lara, thank you so much for all those insights, and thanks for joining us on WION World is One. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.